On our 15th anniversary, right in front of 100 smiling faces, I watched my husband slip something into my champagne, thinking I wouldn't notice. But I smiled, handed that exact glass to his old friend, the woman he'd been seeing behind my back. Tonight, someone would taste the real flavor of betrayal. My name's Olivia Reed. I'm 38, live in Seattle, work as a financial advisor. If you met me last month, you'd think my life was so perfectly organized you'd want to punch me. Color-coded calendars, family brunches, a kid who gets straight A's, and a husband everyone called the golden boy. Nathan Reed. Man, he knew how to play the part. He built a medical tech company from nothing, charmed the pants off board members, and even the mailman liked him. We had a 12-year-old daughter, Emily, a house with a view in Queen Anne, and a routine so predictable it hurt. Sunday pancakes, lake walks, anniversaries in February, every year like clockwork. This year, Nathan insisted, let's go big. Boutique hotel, rooftop dinner, friends, family, the works. Seemed romantic, right? Only by the time the night rolled around, romance was the last thing on my mind. I'm not stupid. I know when the music changes, when laughter gets forced, when kisses go cold. Nathan stopped looking at me the way he used to. He'd come home late, smelling not like the hospital, but like vanilla and cloves, somebody else's scent. Said he had board meetings, investor calls, all that jazz. I'd find his gym bag packed with silk shirts, not sneakers. Emergency meetings, he said. Sure, babe. The first time I really felt the cracks, Emily piped up at breakfast. She's 12, but sharp. Why does Dad always smile at his phone? I almost choked on my coffee. Nathan just laughed. Oh, just work, sweetie. He never used to lock his phone. Then one day, new passcode. Security policy at work. Yeah, right. One morning, his phone buzzed. Still can't stop thinking about last night. No name, just a heart emoji. Seth from procurement. He's dramatic. Nathan smirked, snatching the phone like it was on fire. I nodded, made a note. I was done lying to myself. Then came Grace Miller. Blonde, polished, every inch the old friend. Nathan introduced her at dinner 3 weeks before our anniversary. Just an ex-colleague. She wore a green dress, gave me a hug too tight, smelled like lilacs left out too long. We reconnected on LinkedIn, he said, like that explained everything. Funny, I'd never heard her name in 15 years of marriage. The next week, I stopped by Nathan's office to drop off some papers. His secretary blinked. I thought he was working from home. Right. Then a stray email popped up on his laptop. He'd left it open on the kitchen table, which he never does. Subject, dosage instructions, from a pharmacy I'd never heard of. Administer no more than 2.5 milliliters per drink. Causes dizziness, confusion, not detectable in standard panels. I swear, my blood went cold. I scrolled. There it was, an order for Grace Miller, and then a screenshot, Nathan to Grace. She'll be out before dessert. You just need to keep her talking. Grace. Are you sure it won't hurt her? Nathan. Just slows her down. No one will suspect. Then we talk options. Options? For what? My life, my assets, my daughter? That night, I lay next to Nathan in bed, my whole body tensed, listening to his breath, wondering if he was already counting the minutes until I dropped. I almost wanted to shake him awake and scream, but I didn't. I just planned. I'm a spreadsheet kind of woman. I backed up every email, screenshot, pharmacy receipt, put everything on a USB, hid copies at my office, scheduled them to send to my lawyer if I didn't check in. I even planted a mini camera in my purse, set to record. Nathan had no idea. He kept smiling, kept kissing my cheek, Told me to wear gold for the party. You always shine in gold. I wanted to laugh in his face. The day of the anniversary, I dressed up like he wanted. Curled my hair, slid into the gold dress, even put on his favorite perfume. When I walked into that rooftop ballroom, I felt nothing but steel. Grace was there, beaming. She looked like she belonged in every photo, chatting up his friends, playing her part. Nathan handed me a flute of champagne. "This one's chilled. Your favorite?" he whispered. I took it, held it, waited. Then, with the fakest smile I could manage, I turned to Grace. "Oh, you got the wrong glass. Mine's the one with the thinner stem. I'm picky." She giggled. "You are?" And she handed me hers, taking the glass Nathan had handed me, not even blinking. For the next hour, I watched Nathan hover, glancing at Grace, not me. He made toasts, told stories, squeezed my hand for the cameras. But every time Grace sipped that drink, I saw him stiffen. Something about it, the way he watched her, the way he stopped watching me. It was almost funny. If I wasn't so furious, I might have pitied him. Then it happened. Grace started to look pale. She coughed, fingers tightening on her wine glass, eyes darting around. She tried to speak, but the words just wouldn't come. Nathan's smile disappeared in an instant. He lunged for her as she started to slide down in her chair. "Somebody call 911!" he yelled, pure panic in his voice. No one moved. Everyone just stared, at Grace, at me, at Nathan. And I stood there, holding my own untouched glass, steady as a rock. I walked up to the DJ booth, asked the tech to switch inputs. The big screen flickered. Everyone turned. First, a photo. Nathan and Grace, kissing in a hotel room. Time-stamped 3 weeks ago, the weekend he'd told me he was at a conference. Next, the pharmacy email, full of clinical details about that special compound. Then, a video, grainy but clear, of Nathan slipping something into a champagne flute, my flute, right before the party. The room exploded. Gasping, chairs scraping, someone crying. Nathan froze, halfway between Grace and the exit, pale as the tablecloth. I picked up the mic. "I believe the police should be here any minute. If anything happens to me, my lawyer has everything. Maybe it's time we stopped pretending." Blue lights flashed through the windows. 2 officers stepped in, asked my name, took the USB from my purse. Nathan started to protest. "She's framing me! Grace must have had a reaction to the seafood." "Then why the pharmacy order?" I asked, voice cold. He opened his mouth, but nothing came out. The officers turned to him. "Sir, you'll need to come with us." He tried to run, got 3 steps before one of them took him down right on the marble tiles. People screamed. Someone dropped a wine bottle. Grace was wheeled out, an oxygen mask pressed to her face. Nathan, once the golden boy, was cuffed, his tux jacket twisted, hair in his eyes. The guests just stared, silent, like someone had ripped the curtains open on a play they thought they knew. I stood there, alone in my gold dress, the only person not shaking. A friend slipped up beside me, voice low. "I can't believe it. We thought you two were perfect." I almost laughed. Perfect's easy to fake. No applause, no happy ending, just reality heavy as stone. The officers led Nathan past me. He didn't say a word. Not to me, not to anyone. He just looked, for the first time ever, like a man who'd actually lost. People stared, some in horror, some in awe, some maybe wondering if they'd have done the same. Me? I felt nothing but empty, relieved maybe, but hollow. You want to know what I whispered as the sirens faded? The crowd still frozen? Was it justice or just survival?